Assalamu alaikum, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, we are where we left off in the previous video, on the corner of Union Street and Horton Street. So today we're going to carry on our journey further up to the next street that goes right through to the other side of town. So from this end it starts off as Ward's End, I think, and that goes right through to the other end where we saw the town hall earlier. Okay, so I'm going to cross the road if I can. Rather busy road. I'll keep panning up so that you can see right up to the top end of Horton Street. So once we get past this, then you can see through this area, which takes us to the arcade that exists. Okay, so a few buildings here of note. Moored heating there for a long time. This building that says it's to let was I'll go further up actually because it's got the name on it. An estate agent that I remember, Breely Green, because they were the estate agents that I bought my house from. So the area that I was talking about is Westgate Shopping Centre, that's got the glass covering. Okay, so going back again. Okay, this building on the corner has been used by various retailers. At the present moment it's a wine merchant. Okay, and to our right, for the drinkers amongst you, a very old pub, now a restaurant of course. Okay, Shakespeare's for those that know their drinking haunts. So Halifax, full of such places, and there really is a beautiful one coming up across the road on the corner there of Clare. I think it's called Clare Road. As you can see, a beautiful 17th century building. Okay, that's a pub. Okay, if we zoom on this side, Pizza Hut, now occupying the famous fish and chips shop that used to be there. So as I said, this area is called Ward's End. Sorry about the shakiness, there are obviously cars that I need to be aware of. Okay, so as you can see across the road, more drinking places, the courtyard. Okay, so we're going to go back onto Ward's End. So this building has had various uses. It's been a hotel, it's been a cinema. I think they've got planning permission for some apartments. So we're going to go along Ward's End and then go on to the other shopping area. Okay, a lot of these used to be offices. I think that used to be the tax office. So we're coming up to Westgate Arcade again. So on Alexander Street, I don't know how many of you remember, but the whole of that used to be Woolworths. I'll explain it further, but I think I better get on the other side to show you the Westgate Arcade on this side. I think this is a lovely building. So this is called Ward's End, and then on the other side it's called Southgate. So obviously developed at different stages, hence the different names. There's some beautiful shops down here and nice cafes, so I think I'll do that another time because there's so many shops to see. But as I was saying, you know, for those of us of a certain age, where Santander, these two charity shops are, the whole of that used to be Woolworths back in the 70s. Okay, and then across the road we're actually going into another shopping area, another famous drinking place which has got traditional ales. It's called the White Horse. Okay, each of these streets have got their own character, but this white building over there has a lot of memories for me. Arcade, again, you know, my memory of that is as the old Co-op, and you know, obviously one of the earliest department stores, and I can remember it going right from here right to the other end, and you could buy obviously everything from clothes to hardware things. So I will come back to this street. This street is called Albion Street, as you can see further down. That's where Westgate was. So Merry England on this corner, lovely coffee shop. Okay, so all these, that takes us to, well, its proper name is the Albany Arcade, but everybody of course knows this as the Halifax Borough Market. Okay, lots of other businesses at the same time. I think I remember this. I've forgotten the name of the company now. They used to sell TVs, etc. So please tell me if you know the name of that company. Okay, so unfortunately here there was an accident and the building collapsed. Just look at the character of these 17th, 18th century buildings. Wonderful, beautiful windows. Okay, so as I say, obviously sign of the times. We have lots of mobile shops. Another entrance for the Borough Market. Okay, another very lovely Cafe Nero. Okay, yet another phone shop. Okay, where Wilco's is. So again, if you are of a certain age like me, you will remember that Marks and Spencer's was there. So if you look up there, there's a sign for the Old Cock, which again is a very famous drinking place. Okay, as I continue on, so unfortunately a few shops starting to be empty up here. This two-let building on there, remember that being the Burton's retailer for a long time. So as you can see, some of the businesses which have unfortunately collapsed recently. Thomas Cook, but of course there's always the family businesses. I know this Horsefall dates back to the beginning of the 20th century. Okay, and I will go up this street another time, but there's a lot of old buildings. Okay, back to this side of it. If you remember down there, where W.H. Smith is, that's where the memorial is. Okay, so this obviously was Southgate, and then we move over, and this part is called the Corn Market, and as you can see, it had its own name in the olden days called Whitehall, so no doubt that was the activity at that time. So a lot of traditional businesses still surviving. Clark's is still surviving, and thankfully more buildings are occupied on this side. So as you can see, we are heading towards the town hall, which is a magnificent structure. Again, one of my projects is to try and get permission to go inside and film the ceiling. It was built by the same architect as the Houses of Parliament, so that's obviously shown in, you know, the sort of turrets and the other attention to detail, which no doubt you will see. Okay, so the building to the right, that's now occupied by McDonald's. That, I think in my time, was occupied by Burton's, but you know, you can see the sort of retro architecture of that, no doubt built in the 1930s or 40s. Looks very, very American to me, so quite ironic that McDonald's should end up in it. I guess I remember down there was the Trinity Academy, so I'm going to try and stay on this side. I will not go into the middle of the road. Okay, this is known as Crown Street, and unfortunately a lot of businesses in here no longer exist. So we are on the other side of Trinity and Market Street. So this should be called Princess Street. I'll just check. Yes, Princess Street. Okay, I'm going to have to get on the footpath. So a lot of prestigious buildings here, and when I get a bit closer you'll be able to see there is a hotel which is actually 5-star hotel. It's changed a few times in terms of ownership. I used to know it as the Swan. It's still called the White Swan Hotel. Okay, and a few restaurants, a Turkish restaurant. So the building on the right is the council building that does the administration. So we are coming almost to the end of this journey. So again, you know, look at the opulence and the attention to detail that is displayed in that, and you know, the ornate features on all of these buildings are truly lovely to see. So once, as you can see, it says Town Hall on there. Okay, again. So that's sort of the final street in the town called Commercial Street. So obviously that's something to do in the future. So I'm just going to stand over here so that you get a better view of Princess Street. Okay, and as you can see down there, you can just make out the bus station. Okay, so the bus station, sorry, the town hall has its own car park, and if you look through there, you can see Broad Street. Okay, so that brings us to the end of this video. So please look after yourselves, stay safe, and hopefully we can get through this second lockdown period. So I think I'll try and do some filming tomorrow, and then perhaps move on to the other areas that I wanted to concentrate on. As I've said, that I am a former teacher, and one of the things that I was planning to do was to put some resources for primary school children, and particularly 11 plus, and the other passion, of course, totally different as a hobby, is cooking. So but obviously that takes a lot of setting up and confidence to speak. I don't think I have that at the present moment, as you can probably tell from the way that I speak, but I shall give it a go. Anyway, please subscribe. There is a big disproportion between subscribe and the number of views. The views are phenomenal. I think there's nearly 400. The views nearly about 40 hours worth, but the subscription level is very low. So please subscribe and share my videos with friends, family, etc. So until the next time, we'll say Allah Hafiz, apna khayal rakhein, goodbye, and I will see you again.